Longfellow here, interrupting this live coverage of the gas car driving a Circle 500 to bring you this Channel 4 Action News breaking story. Halloween is upon us, and an appropriately grisly crime scene has led to the arrest of a prime suspect in the blood grinder case. Detectives were called to a cornfield just off Route 9 early this afternoon, where a group of thrill seekers received a greater shock than they bargained for through a haunted hayride tour of Farmer's Farm. Police arrived and found a severed woman's head affixed atop a scarecrow in the rows of corn. Her lack of identification and all of her personal belongings indicate that this is the 12th victim of the blood grinder. Despite her lack of official identification, she was ID'd by her husband as 54-year-old Samantha Farmer, a local farmer whose tragic early death has soured surname career-related jokes I would have made at her expense. After further investigation, the denim overalls of the scarecrow were found to be filled with Ms. Farmer's ground-up flesh. Lead Detective Dick Snickers described the scene as horrific and very creative. After scouring the field for clues, police arrested one 37-year-old Murphy Durson, who was on board the hayride at the time the body was discovered. For more, we go to Barry Chippendale, live on the scene.
Hi, Bob.
Barry, what does this new development mean in the blood grinder case?
Well, Bob, police wouldn't say what it was that led them to Murphy Durson, but they did say they were, quote, pretty damn sure they had the guy they were looking for. Since no one has ever been falsely arrested before in the history of the United States judicial system, I think it's safe to say our serial killer is finally at bay.
Thanks, Barry. Well, there you have it. Nothing more to fear. Stay tuned for your local 6 o'clock news, which will continue to interrupt live coverage of the gas car driving a Circle 500, where we will be joined by local celebrity Dr. Stephen Medical Yargan, author of the new book, High School Self-Help, 10 Reasons You're an Outcast and 11 Ways to Kill Yourself. Until then, I'm Bob Longfellow, bringing my action to you.
Hey everybody, this is the Blood Grinder Blodcast Week Trace, or 3 if you're English.
Stop today.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Blood Grinder Blodcast Week 3. I am Matt Bronsdorf.
And I'm Dave Conti.
I'm Nick Schwartz, and yeah, at the end of the second week of funding, we raised another $300. So thank you to all of these names on the side of the screen right here. And of course, thank you once again to Sean Walsh of Flixus.com and Zach Parsons of SomethingAwful.com, who have continued to...
We're clapping for them.
Yes.
We love you, gentlemen.
We did watch a great movie, arguably the best film of all time.
Absolutely the best film of all
The
time.
Naked Gun. This is one of the classics of the spoof genre, yes. Leslie Nielsen obviously is phenomenal in this movie. Frank Drebin, Leslie Nielsen's character in The Naked Gun, was a very large inspiration to us for Detective Thompson in The Blood Grinder. They play it straight the whole time, but they're surrounded by insanity and craziness, and that's where the humor comes from, and that's where a lot of our humor comes from in The Blood Grinder as well. You watch Police Squad, you watch Naked Gun, and you see the seeds being planted of the plant that would become Thompson.
Now, as Dave had said, in terms of Frank Drebin and how Leslie Nielsen throughout the whole film plays it straight, that's something that also is true for the majority of the characters within The Naked Gun and within the original series Police Squad. Unfortunately, in the last 10 years or so, with movies like Date Movie, Epic Movie, Disaster Movie, Meet the Spartans, all that shit, that unfortunately has gone out the window. So now it's just everything is silly for the sake of being silly, in hopes that something maybe will make you laugh. And that's not how you earn a laugh. It's begging for a laugh, which is the opposite of what we want to do with The Blood Grinder. So that's why we're watching films like The Naked Gun and paying close attention to what the Zucker brothers did when they started this whole movement of the spoof genre.
Yeah, and so I'll talk about the directors of Naked Gun. Well, director David Zucker did it, but their early films, Airplane, Naked Gun, are huge inspirations to us comedy-wise. I think I don't want to say that exclusively our jokes are modeled after that type of comedy. I think we sort of encompass a wide range of different sort of senses of humor and stuff, so hopefully I think we'll appeal to everybody, really, hopefully, ideally, and have our own identity.
Now we have something really great to show you guys. Last week we showed you a concept sketch of The Blood Grinder in Bloodsworth. But now we have a concept drawing, painting. Yes,
It's actually watercolor.
It is actually a painting, and this is a concept of the very first scene in the Blood Grinder feature, where Detective Thompson and the Rookie happen upon a victim, a fresh victim of the Blood Grinder, who is, well, let's just say he was, he was glory holing somebody in a bathroom stall, and then his pee-pee was grinded up.
Now, the painting that you're looking at right now, which is done in watercolors, is done by Evan Lidestri, who is a dear friend of ours. We've known him for several years, and
Very dear.
Very dear, and he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and you'll see that in the painting.
Which should be cross-dissolving now.
Now, when you're looking at this painting, what you'll see in the image is you've got the body laying on the floor, and then in the foreground you've got Thompson. Along with him is someone that we actually haven't discussed yet, the Rookie. Now, the Rookie's a character that we're carrying over, like all the rest of the characters from the original film, and Thompson and the Rookie work as a team. They're always together. Thompson is fresh on the case, and also the Rookie being a rookie, this is the first time he's ever witnessed a murder ever, which is why you'll notice that he's got some vomit coming out of his mouth right now.
The running gag in the film is that the Rookie has a very weak stomach, and he oftentimes will puke at an inopportune moment for much hilarity.
Much hilarity.
That might be the only gag in the whole script.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, we just mentioned how we're playing it straight the whole time.
Yeah, no, but that's true.
But it is conducive to his character, so it works.
And that of course is a convention of the genre, where the rookie cop has always got a weak stomach. He can't handle these things. So, you know,
we're just making fun of it to the degree.
Yeah. The conventions are at 10, we're taking the convention to 11.
Right.
To point out how ridiculous it is.
Yes.
Which is not a reference to any movie.
Not at all. I don't even know what 10 and 11 means.
What?
So that was the first of several watercolor paintings you guys will be seeing over the next couple of weeks, in addition to Chris Kelly's character sketches.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess that pretty much wraps it up, and present you with your week's moment of awesome.
Yep, moments this week. We have quite a few things to show you from Naked Gun, because it's full of awesome moments. We couldn't pick just one. So here you go. But before we go, let's dedicate this to the memory of Leslie Nielsen and Ricardo Montalban, both of whom are in the Naked Gun, both of whom are amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
And both of them are deceased.
Unfortunately.
So, thank you to them for being great actors.
We miss you.
And thank you to you for being a great audience.
Thank you, audience.
Thank you, supporters. Thank you, friends. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Next week. Thanks.
Wilma, I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Ed and I drove down to the docks where Nordberg had been found floating face down in the water. In a case where there are no leads, you have to start somewhere. And that somewhere was the harbor area.
Please disperse. Please disperse. There's nothing for you to see here. Keep moving.
Where'd they find Nordberg, Ed?
Right out there, Frank. You want to take a dinghy?
No, I took care of that at the press conference.
You're late.
That depends on what I'm late for.